Oh yeah. Um, I was brought up. I think I've said this many times. I was brought up by the state. Is that what you call it? I was in care from a very very young age. About 2 years old, I think, when my mum gave up on me. Nothing nasty happened to her. Well, I mean, she didn't die or anything. None of my parents died while I was in. That's not the reason I was in care. What am I talking about? I wasn't an orphan. I had mum and I had a dad. Didn't ever see my dad, but I knew my mum. Occasionally used to come and see me in the care. I want to talk about today is my patriotism. I mean, being brought up in care. Subsequently, I became very patriotic. I mean, I think most of us kids were just after the war. But being in care, the state as my mother, sort of thing. Bloody hell. Yeah, I would have died for my country in those days. I did try to join the army, but they wouldn't have me. When I'd been in a bit of trouble, and they wouldn't have me. They said, come back in 2 years' time if you want to join. I passed all the tests. I wasn't thick or anything, and I was fit as anything. But yeah, they wouldn't have me until I'd settled down a bit, kept myself out of trouble, because I'd been since the age of about 13, 14, up until I'd tried to join the army. I was in the Merchant Navy when I tried to join them. So I think I was probably 17, 18. I would have been 18 because it wasn't the boys' army I was joining. Yeah, so I loved my country very much. I was very fond of the Queen. What I wanted to say was I can't get excited about this coronation of Charlie. What's going on? I know there's a coronation coming up, but honestly, I don't know. Was it today? I don't know. When the hell is it? I don't know what date it is. I know it's either happening or it's imminent. But when I was look, here's a picture of me. When I was 5 years old, I can remember the Queen's coronation. I remember the day. This is me at 5 years old. Let's see if I can put this up there. Well, your dialectician. Look at me. 5 years old. And that was just taken a few months before the Queen's coronation. What a little cutie. Yeah, so, and I remember it. I remember the day. The house parents had got a television, little black and white television, and us kids, there were I think there was 12 of us in this particular house. We were allowed to spend a few seconds at the door at the door of the sitting room where the television was. It wasn't for us kids, it was the house parents' telly. We were allowed to stand at the door and look in, and I remember seeing the Queen being coronated. Is that a word? Having her crown put on. But it was a big deal. There was all over the place. Outside there was bunting and flags, and all us kids, we all got a coronation mug each. I think there was some chocolate in it as well. I'm not sure, but we got this coronation. I only saw my mug for a few seconds. They took it away and put it in a cupboard. I never ever saw it again. But yeah, so we got all that. But what I wanted to say is, what's happening now? Why? Where is the patriotism? Where's all the flags and the bunting for Charlie's coronation? There's nothing. I mean, I don't go into town much, but when I was in town last week, I didn't see anything about the coronation in any of the shops or anything like that. What's gone wrong with the world? I think people don't like him. I'm certainly not as royalist as I used to be. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't go to war. Well, I mean, now I wouldn't go to war because I'm too old. But when I was younger, knowing what I know today, I wouldn't have been at all happy of joining my relatives who gave their lives for their Queen and country. My name is John David George, and that's my 3 uncles who died in the war for something they believed in. Well, actually, maybe they didn't believe in it. I mean, you had no choice. You had to fight. You had to go to war. If you didn't, they'd kill you anyway. It's a strange thing, isn't it? This having a king rule over us. What the hell's that all about when you think about it? Who the hell do you think he is ruling over me? Why do we need a king to rule over us? I'm starting to think. I'm not a monarchist anymore. I mean, look at him. What is he? Head of our church, an adulterer, married a divorcee. The whole family seems to be buggered up somehow. Probably get banned from YouTube for saying all this. But I can't. Well, anyway, there's going to be a coronation. We're going to have another king. It won't be like the Queen. I like the Queen. I didn't love her at the end of her reign, but I certainly did when I was a child because we were told we had to, I think. Yeah, anyway, I'm in my workshop. I finally managed to tidy up everything as good as I can get it. I'm quite pleased. I found my my polisher. Well, I mean, it was here all the time, but I've cleaned it up. It was a bit rusty, and the grinder. Look, I don't know if you see this. Hang on, turn around a bit. I polished a coin, an old penny, of the Queen. That's quite apt, isn't it? I only did it just to have a go at make sure it was working all right. That's all. It's a wonderful thing. And yeah, so everything's tidy, more or less. I don't know where everything is yet, but I'll gradually get used to it all again, and hopefully I can keep it looking nice. So anyway, hang on, I'm stuck around here now. That was just some thoughts on old Charlie, the coronation. Why do we need to have a king? He's got loads of money. He's got loads of properties, you know. He doesn't give the properties to his subjects. He charges a bloody good rent for them. I mean, if he's our king, he should be letting his subjects live very cheaply. He's got loads of money. I think I'm having a bit of a rant about it. But anyway, just think about it. The coronation. When I was a kid, all the fuss that was made about it. Now, I never hear anything about it. Mind you, I don't watch the news, and I don't get a newspaper. So I don't, maybe it's all happening behind my back. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, have another look at me. I was just 5 years old then, and I was about 5 years coming up to 6 when the Queen's coronation was done. I've only got 4 photographs of me. One when this one, I've got one when I was about 9. There's another one, I can't remember how old I've been, about 11, at the seaside, and one when I was 16. Nowadays everyone's got photographs everywhere. I do take a lot of photographs these days, but what's going to happen when I die? I don't publish them, I don't print them. This is my history, this little YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm going to leave it now because I've probably upset you enough. Look after yourself. I'll see you all again soon. Well, if you don't leave me for being an anti-monarchist. Look after yourself, won't you? Bye.